Hey folks, Machinery Pete here. I'm over in Janesville, Minnesota, literally right off Highway 14 with my good friend Ben Burns with Burns Sales and Service. And Ben, great to see you.
You as well, Greg.
Now Ben, we've been bumping into each other forever out on the auction trail, and you and your brother Tim and Dad Bob have a great business, and I've always been intrigued that you guys are attracted to like just the highest quality of used tractors. Why don't you talk about that?
We are, Greg. This tractor behind us here is a 2011 John Deere 6430 Premium, 72 actual one-owner hours on it.
Wow.
Plastic still on the seat, PTO guard still on the PTO as it was never used. We feel that there's a market for a tractor like that because of its hours, because the only difference between that and new is literally basically 6 years, 11 to 2017, yes.
Yeah, so auctioneers all over the country, when they get an item like this, whatever color it is, what do they always say?
It's not what you're spending, but it's what you're saving.
Yeah, and then the old follow-up, what's a new one cost, right?
What's a new one cost,
Right.
exactly,
Right.
exactly.
And you guys have had great success selling low-hour used tractors. How many years you guys been at it now, Ben?
We've been at this, I'm trying to think, you got me on the spot here. Something in the neighborhood of 33 or 4 years, right in there, yeah.
And what is it that you love about the used equipment business, Ben?
What I love about the used equipment business is if you can find a niche piece of machinery and its quality, it seems as though there is usually a buyer for it. You might have to search, but it can be done, yeah.
Right. And you guys, you know, you get all over the country here, but kind of the upper Midwest, kind of the sweet spot, you think, for the low-hour stuff you found?
We personally like upper Midwest equipment just because of how it's generally taken care of.
Yeah.
We have winters here, obviously, where it snows, so we shed our things. There's different parts of the U.S. that things aren't shedded, and unfortunately the condition of that machine shows the lack of being shedded, which somewhat hurts it.
Right. Now, Ben, there was one other tractor in your guys' listings on machinerypete.com I'm hoping we can get a look at. Your 4450. Why don't you give us a little teaser on what that is?
1987 John Deere 4450 front wheel assist, 42-inch rubber with axle mount duals, and that tractor, Greg, was a personal tractor of our farm. We changed the operation around a little bit here a few months ago, and that tractor is now being sold, so it is up on our website, burns-sales.com, for sale. It's worth taking a look at.
And how many hours are we talking here?
Right in the neighborhood of 3,100.
Wow.
Yep.
Don't see 4450s with those hours every day.
You don't, and this is a pretty one.
Now now Ben, before we go out and take a look at the 4450, I got to pan the camera around here on your lot.
Sure.
Janesville, Minnesota. You got a John Deere 520 drill over there?
Yes, we do.
Now, tell the story about when and how you found that.
Well, you and I were just discussing how you find machinery and where you buy and when you buy and that kind of thing, and I just coincidentally said that was purchased on the Sunday night of Mother's Day. We were all together at my parents' place, and my dad happened to find that right before supper and called my brother and myself to take a look at it, and a few minutes later we made a deal purchasing that drill.
Now, I think, folks, that speaks to Ben and Tim and Bob, their passion for searching for good used equipment. And I also have to say, your wife must be an angel.
No doubt she definitely is, yes. Thank you for the credit to hers. Yes, yes.
All right, Ben, let's go have a look at that 4450.
Let's do it.
All right, folks, we made our way to the 4450 Ben was telling us about. You weren't lying, brother. This thing is nice. What is this again now, an 87?
87 4450, 3,094 actual hours. Wow. It's a quad-range transmission, 42-inch rubber, axle mount duals. Am I wrong in saying it's one of a kind?
Well, I do not see them like this every day. And folks, this is Don Green, the producer of our Machinery Pete show here, who makes me look not less like an idiot on television. Thank you, Don, for what you do. We'll be featuring some of Ben's tractors here, but again, this tractor, Ben, you had a cute story about your dad buying this years ago. Why don't you relay that?
Yeah, Dad bought this tractor, and I'm not certain, Greg, if it was a one-owner when he bought it. I'm thinking it was. I know it was sold new out of Wabasso as the stickers on the tractor, and that's where we bought it from, or Dad bought it from. But he bought it in, like I said, 2010 or 11, and when he went to test drive and look it over and ultimately decided to make the purchase, the seller wanted to ride with him in the cab, which, as you can see, there isn't a lot of room in that cab for two people.
No.
But he, that's just how particular he was. He had experience with a guy before that who test drove something, and skidded the wheel or did something of that nature on a blacktop road, and he was extremely offended. So you could see how uptight and that shows how he cared for his tractor.
And this tractor literally has not been out overnight like in its life.
Never. No.
Wow.
No.
30 years old today. 3,093 hours, you said?
Yeah, in there, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And Ben, you're asking, was it 92.5?
72.5.
72.5.
Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
92, that was the 64.
If you could get that, I'd take it.
I can't guarantee that one for you, but no, it's a beautiful tractor, Ben.
Yeah.
And again, you guys over the years just been attracted to quality used.
We have been. We like the quality equipment. It's always, we seem to find a way to sell it.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, Ben, thanks for showing us the 6430 and your beautiful 4450. We really appreciate it.
Thank you, Greg.
And for folks, of course, you can go to machinerypete.com and check out the listings, or your own website, Ben, for where folks can go to check it out.
Our website is burns-sales.com or burns-sales.com.
Gotcha. Thanks much.
Thank you.